us for our November meeting. So as you heard, today's meeting is being recorded. And mainly for those folks that can't join us today, they'll be able to listen in and hear all the great updates that we have. So we'll do just a few housekeeping items before we get started. Let's see. Okay, did that change to screen 2?
Yep.
Yes. Okay, great. Alyssa, can you walk through these, please?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. So there are a couple of ways for you to participate tonight. If you want to ask a question throughout tonight's meeting, you could type it in the chat box or either raise your hand, and then we'll call on you if you have any questions. And if anyone is dialing in, I don't think I see anyone dialing in only, you will dial *9 to raise your hand and then dial *6 to unmute yourself. And we do have Spanish interpretation. Sí tenemos interpretación en español disponible. Si necesitan interpretación, pueden escribir en el chat que lo necesitan para que pueda interpretar durante la junta. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alyssa. Since we have such a small group, let's do a quick round of introductions. So my name is Irene Cabañas, and I'm the president of the Willard Neighborhood Association. We are just coming up on our 1-year anniversary of newly being formed. It was last December that Ms. Gay Olivos and I, who are neighbors, connected and said, you know, it'd be great to start a neighborhood association. And so with a few other neighbors, we got together to form this group. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Why don't we do introductions? Bianca, do you want to go ahead next?
Yep. My name is Bianca Marchese. I'm the VP of the Willard Neighborhood Association. I live on 10th and Parton. Grew up in this neighborhood and am very happy to be back. Gay, I'll toss it over to you.
Hi, my name is Gay Olivos. I live right across the street from Willard on Parton between 15th and Washington. I am everyone's neighbor. Yes, it's been quite the challenge to get this off the ground, but the way I figure, you know, when we're at the bottom, all the way can go is up. So it's been quite challenging to get it off the ground, but I'm very excited to be part of this team. And I'm born and raised in Santa Ana. I'm a 4th generation Santa Ana resident, so I've been around a long time. And my goal here in this team is just to make a safer and better neighborhood for me and my family and my grandchildren.
Thank you, Gay. Officer Prieto?
Yes, hello. I don't know if you guys can see me, but I'm Officer Prieto. I've been with the Santa Ana Police Department going on 5 years now. I'm part of the directed team. And as a directed enforcement officer, we just pretty much put out fires throughout the city. So whatever your concerns are, feel free to let me know.
Thank you so much for joining us.
No problem.
Okay, next we have Dorian.
Hi everyone, my name is Dorian and I live in the Willard neighborhood off of Washington and Broadway. I've been meaning to come to these meetings. I know Irene because she is an awesome volunteer for my organization, which is Santa Ana Active Streets. And we do a lot of education and awareness for bicyclists and pedestrians in the city. So I'm happy to be here, and I believe I may share something later. So whenever that's possible, Irene, let me know.
Yes, thank you so much, Dorian, for being here, and so excited to have you join us. And Kevin, I see you're on the call. I didn't get a chance to meet you, but I heard that you stopped at our event on Saturday. let's see, Kevin might be on mute. He is from a group called the County Project. They're a really cool skate group that, and he's very interested in helping us launch our park project. They have some great connections and some insights, so we look forward to hearing from Kevin. So thank you all again so much for joining us. You know, we're only as strong as the number of folks and the minds that we have behind this initiative. So just wanted to first share with everybody how you can get connected. And this is a volunteer-based organization, and the more the merrier. We love passionate people. So if you're passionate about Willard like we are, please join us in any form, whether you'd like to come to an event or help behind the scenes, all welcome. So we have a few ways to get connected. We have a email address, a phone number you can call and leave a message that we check regularly. Another great way is through Nextdoor. It's also a great way just to learn about what's going on in the community and neighboring as well. And we mostly share out news and information on Instagram and Facebook. Okay, Kevin sent a message that his mic isn't working right now, but he'll try to fix it. Thank you, Kevin. We'll keep you posted on everything. So we like to start our meetings off with sharing and just reiterating our mission statement. This really guides us and keeps us focused. You know, there's so many things that we can be a part of, but this really keeps us focused on the work that we do. So our goal, the Willard Neighborhood Association's goal, is to make our neighborhood better through safety, beautification, and community activities. And we'll talk quite a bit about those three items today, because we're now focusing on the last part of the year and really what should be our main focus for this year coming up. So we're going to kick it off with a few updates on the major initiatives. And I do encourage everybody that's on the call, if there's something that piques your interest, please, please, please raise your hand and volunteer. This is a learning process for all of us. I'm learning every day how the city works and how things get done. So don't think that you have to know the whole system, but we have some leads that are going to be championing some of these committees. But if you are interested in participating or being part of any or all of these committees, definitely leave a note in the chat, or you can raise your hand now or afterwards, and we can let you know how you can participate. So I will talk a little bit about this slide and then hand it off to Bianca. Bianca has volunteered to lead our traffic and safety committee. And Bianca, do you want to talk a little bit about, I know in one of the meetings that you led, there was quite a bit of concern just about traffic safety overall and what we're seeing in our neighborhood.
Yeah, the number one concern that I keep hearing is speed, especially between 17th and Civic Center on Parton. So fortunately, I don't know if it was, I think it was Santa Ana PD came out, Alyssa, correct me if I'm wrong, but Santa Ana PD came out and put a machine that would calculate speed on Parton between 10th and Washington. But we're all concerned because we have lots of families in this neighborhood and lots of people who walk, not only their children, but their dogs. And anyway, people are just going too stinking fast. So we need to look, or we would like to look at the streets in and around our neighborhood, and then come up with some priorities or some ideas for how to make the traffic patterns and driving areas in our neighborhood safer. So we've looked at speed bumps, speed cushions, and we're just at the very beginning stages of this work. But if you are interested in this, please hop on. I would be happy to have you on my team. But we definitely need to look at what we can do to make those families in our neighborhood who walk, not only children, but dogs as well, safer, and just make sure that people aren't using Parton and other streets in our neighborhood as freeways, because that's certainly not what they're intended for.
Yes, thank you. And I think our proximity as well to the stadium and to just the civic center overall, the courthouse, we are like a thoroughfare when more and more traffic these days, people are using the side streets. So we want to just make sure to keep our area safe. So the guidance for how to get something done as far as actionable for our community was to develop a traffic safety committee, because we can't, most of us live on Parton Street, but we can't just say that's the one street that needs the most attention. We really need to evaluate where are traffic collisions happening in our community, and what are the other areas of concern. So what this committee would do is meet with folks within the city to evaluate the areas of concern, develop priorities for what is needed in Willard. So for example, maybe it's a three item priority. First area of concern would be on Parton, for example. Second area, maybe Ross is an area of concern. After we develop those priorities, then working with the city, we can come up with some solutions. And so there are two folks that we'll look to connect with. One is Sergeant Richardson from Santa Ana PD. He actually provided this map on the left-hand side, and it's a traffic collision map. We did ask for a traffic infraction map as well, but that data is still being pulled. But for now, what we can look at are traffic collisions. And while the streets are not, I forgot to add the street names on here, but you can see that the oval green area in the middle, that is Willard and Immediate. So right to the left of that would be Parton. So the one area of concern, which we all know and experience every day, is that intersection of would be, is that Washington?
Parton and Washington, yeah, that's what it looks like.
Parton and Washington. But you can see also just the perimeter of Willard is also a huge area of concern. Right along 17th Street, there's just a lot of collision that have been reported there. Broadway, certainly we know that that's a concern, especially where there's a part on Broadway where the street, I think it's off of 15th, the street breaks out into, and it doesn't go straight, you continue. So that's interesting to see that that's on there as well. So what the committee would do is look at a map like this in detail and map out even, overlay on this, what are the traffic infractions, and maybe even do a community outreach and ask folks opinions on what are their areas of concern or things that they're seeing. So Bianca, like one thing that we've all talked about is, there's some intersections where people like to do donuts. That's not marked anywhere on here, but that could be added onto a map like this.
Yep.
And another person that we would be connecting with, and we've actually are planning to invite to one of our upcoming neighborhood association meetings, and that is a senior traffic engineer, Frank Orianas. And so we're waiting to hear back to see if he can join us, and he can also talk us through what the process is and maybe begin to address some of these areas of concern.
And Irene, I know this may be an offline question, but do you have their information that you can share with me so that I can start to set up those meetings?
Yes, so Alyssa is the one that who's on the call from Neighborhood Initiatives. She's the one that's going to connect us with everyone. And I believe, Alyssa, when you send those out, you'll copy us. So if you could copy Bianca on those emails, she'll be the lead for this committee.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, any questions or would anybody like to join to get us started? Bianca, I'll definitely join you. More than anything, I do want to help make a safer Willard community, but I'm also, I love this kind of stuff and love to see how things happen and how things get done in the city. So I will join you.
Thank you.
In this committee. Okay, and it looks like Kevin, were you able to get your mic working?
He said he's joining by phone, so that's who hopped on with the 54 number. He's going to use that as his mic because his computer mic's not working.
Okay. Sounds good. Towards the tail end of this is when we'll be talking some updates about the park, the proposed park area. Okay, let's move on to our next committee. And beautification, we talked about that being an important initiative for our neighborhood. And Ms. Gay Olivos is leading this up, and she did some great work early on at the start of the year, pre-scheduling dumpsters for our community to use on the first Saturday when garage sale weekends are happening. So Ms. Gay, would you like to give a quick update?
Good evening, everybody. Yes, I'm taking charge of this dumpster day cleanup day. You know, beautification of Willard is important for all everybody in this call. And we'll have our dumpsters out there. They're usually located on the corner of Parton and 15th, right next to the little Willard playground area. And this day we're going to go ahead and really push it, include families all around the neighborhood just to clean up, beautify our neighborhood, and just take pride in our streets and in our sidewalks. So I'll be pushing this with the El Sol community and the Willard community, Willard school community, along with the daycare centers that are around the area, and also put in the neighborhood, that Willard neighborhood website, so that we can really push it and bring everybody else out. So I'm looking forward to that event. Any questions, please give me a call, email me, text me, whatever you need to do. I'm here for you.
Thank you, Gay. And to make this a new thing that we're going to try is we will have those trash pickers, like the little, I don't know what they're called, but they're like little sticks that can pick up trash and extra trash bags and a few things like that to encourage folks to help us just clean up that area. The corner of 15th and Parton, that's a public street where a lot of people park. And while there is a street sweeper that comes every night to keep that area clean, they don't do the sidewalk area. And that's always one where we find trash. So we'll look to clean up just the perimeter of the school area and make that part of this initiative. Okay, thank you, Ms. Gay. Part of our community outreach, I did want to share out that we participated in the October 3rd Family Harvest Community Fair that St. Peter Lutheran Church and OC Task Force put together. It was a really great event, beautiful day just to be out and celebrating with Willard families. So I was out there along with Gay and Favi, who's another one of our board members. And we met with folks, invited them to our monthly meetings, and we collected over 20 names to add on to our contact list. So when we have news to share and services that are available, we'll make sure to share that out with them. And that's where we connected with Kevin Hobby from the county project. Kevin, do you want to just give a quick update about your organization? Okay, it doesn't sound like we can hear Kevin's audio, so we'll try to connect with him later.
Alyssa, how do you unmute on a phone?
Hello?
Oh, there you go.
All right.
Hi, Kevin.
I think I'm unmuted now. This
Okay,
is my
great.
first time doing this from a phone. But yes, hello everybody. My name is Kevin Hobby, and I am with the county project. Basically, we're a company that our goal is to try, to bring Orange County, the communities of Orange County together to be a part of sort of like a brand or organization. That's pretty cool. But I connected with Martha, who's in charge of the OC task force, and she told me about the Willard, some of the things that are going on in the Willard community. And she also was telling me that you guys are looking to get a skate park made off of, I believe, 10th and Flower, and that you guys already have like the property and whatnot, and that you guys were just looking to get some input from some skaters with like how to go about it and whatnot. And we were there at the Family Harvest Community Fair, and I got to connect with, I believe I talked with Irene for a little bit, and also Fabi, and they told us that you guys have these monthly meetings and to come out and just give you guys some input and whatnot, and see like how we can help out with getting the skate park made.
Yes, thank you, Kevin, so much for that introduction. So we're in the very, very early stages of the park space. And so in a board meeting recently, the space was on 10th and Flower was designated for future park. So I'd love to have you join that committee if you are interested. What we're doing right now is gathering information as to, how do skate parks benefit youth? If you have any data on that or just anecdotal information, that's something we can begin to compile. And our plan is to connect with city officials to be able to start the planning process for that and find out what the next steps are.
That sounds good. I can definitely gather some data, and I was also thinking about possibly doing like a few like events.
Yes.
I'm not sure what the name of the park is across the street from St. Peter Lutheran, but we can do like a few events. We can bring out some like little skate obstacles and whatnot for the kids to come out and skate, because I know that there's a lot of kids that skateboard in that community, and I do know a couple like professional skateboarders that actually grew up in like the OC and especially in Santa Ana that could possibly come out and be a part of it, and we can capture some footage and also send that to city officials to see like how a skate park could benefit the Willard community.
This is Gay. I am just thrilled about this, and I'm going to tell you why. I have boys. Okay, I have boys. But more importantly, as I ride my bike every day in the community, in Willard in particular, I see these kids in the streets literally doing skateboard. And I brought this idea early on when I was part of the Willard soccer field thing with the Parks and Recreation. We were trying to get that off the ground. I always want a piece of that land designated for skateboarders. I love the idea of you coming out and bringing your team and showing those little fancy things you do with your skateboard and the safety involved with it, with the helmets and all that kind of stuff. I think it's awesome. I could possibly get some time on the El Sol campus, which is right there on Halesworth. I could probably get some time if your team's interested in that. Or we could also do an event like that, a small one, and really push it on our dumpster day, our cleanup day. We could designate a certain part of the basketball area or that area where that little tennis court is on that little park, and definitely push that day for the kids to come out and see your team. I think it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful. And with this new land that we're trying to develop into a park, that was my number one suggestion, is to get a skate park in there for these kids. I think it's a positive thing for them, and it's all about the youth, right? So thank you very much for coming and giving us that. That's great.
You're welcome. And yeah, we did bring some stuff 2 Saturdays ago. It was very last minute, but we had some stuff on the basketball courts, and I did film a little bit of footage of that just to show you guys what it will possibly look like if we did like a little demo in the future. And I can send that over to you guys once I like put all the clips together and edit it and show you like what like the demo would consist of. And it might be a little bit more stuff because we do know a few people who can bring out a few items and possibly like turn it into like a little event. And I would love to do it like possibly next month for like the holidays, because I just see it as like a just cool opportunity to give back to those kids. There's a lot of communities that really needs like something for the kids, like a skate park to, keep them, safe and do what they love. So I see it as a perfect opportunity to do that next month with the community. But
Yeah, that's
next
great.
if next month doesn't work, I'm willing to do it whenever. We're willing to do it whenever. My team is super stoked to be a part of this.
Yeah, this is exciting, Kevin. We're super stoked as well. I think December 4th, when it's our cleanup day, that could be a cool time to do it. We can have a skate event or skate clinic, or I don't know what you'd want to call it, and the cleanup day. So I'll send you details about that December 4th event, and we can make that happen. And what's also exciting about this is some of our other initiatives really target younger kids. So it's really cool that we can do something for the older kids.
And I'd rather see them skateboarding in a safe park area than, at Willard in the parking lot where, heaven forbid, a car were to pull in, or you don't know. So I agree. I think it's a cool idea.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Irene, Dorian has her hand raised.
Oh, go ahead, Dorian. Sorry about that. I forgot to check that.
Hello. Yeah, is there a subcommittee for the park and the skate park ideas?
There is. Let me. There is a slide.
And that's super awesome. I do think we need more skate parks. The only ones I know are Mariposa and Centennial. I do see a lot more youth skating. I think more women skaters too. So I think that's increased the population of skaters. And a cool thing that I thought about was maybe if there was a survey where the youth could give feedback and they get something for free, because that give you directly the youth voices in the planning of that.
Could they maybe get a free?
And if you have contacts for that subcommittee, that'd be cool. I want to be part of that.
Yeah, definitely. I forgot to put that earlier in the presentation, but yes, we do have a committee for parks, and Dorian and I will put you down. Kevin, can I add you to that list?
Yes, you can. And to add on to what Dorian was saying about just like the growth of skateboarding, it's a sport now. It was in the Olympics this past summer, and it is being acknowledged as a sport. And with that being so, there needs to be more parks, and it needs to just be acknowledged as like extracurricular activity that kids can do at their local park. And we are seeing a lot more parks being built across Orange County. Centennial is one of the older parks, and the difficulty of skating it might not, it might be hard for like a younger kid to skate. And Mariposa is up there in the level of difficulty to skate as well. There's a lot of skate parks or skate plazas that are like sort of like beginner-like parks. Long Beach has one called Cherry Park, and Huntington Beach just opened one up at their Edison Park called I think it's called the Edison Recreational Center. But I was thinking when I drove past the lot that like a little plaza that's more like a beginner intermediate park will definitely benefit the community, but also like the city. So they have like different levels of parks, and like something different from Centennial and Mariposa. And I know that I heard that Myrtle is also getting a park as well. So I'm not sure what's going on with that park, but I definitely believe that having like something different from the other two parks that are already in Santa Ana would be huge.
Yeah, that's great. And having your insight, Kevin, and folks like you will really be invaluable in developing, you know, the right solution for this area. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Okay, so Kevin and Dorian and the team, I'll keep everyone posted on next steps for this. This is one initiative that I'll be heading up. But definitely as we progress, we'll keep you all posted and let us know if anyone else would like to participate. Okay, part of our community outreach is an event that we are very proud to support. So in partnership with St. Lutheran Church, you know, they've been a very big proponent of our organization. They gave us some seed money to start off at the very start when we were just forming, and they asked us to participate with them in a live nativity scene and candle lighting. So this is a it's being held at St. Peter Lutheran Church, but the focus really is just on the holiday season, celebrating a nativity scene and really celebrating community. So the portion that we are participating in as far as Willard Neighborhood Association is we are providing the champurrado and pan dulce. And the reason for adding this on the agenda today is to really ask for volunteers and folks that want to be a part of this and the brainstorming. So Favi, who is one of our board members, is leading this up. She couldn't make it to today's meeting, but she started doing some research on the champurrado and pan dulce possibility and as far as who could provide it. And she is getting a quote from Northgate Market. And Miss Gay had a great suggestion also that we could approach Big Saver. You know, they're right on 17th Street and within our community, that we could also get a quote from them as far as what this would cost. But I wanted to throw this out if anybody has any other suggestions of where we can try to secure this donation, whether they donate it or whether we pay for it. Or if anyone has any connections with a bakery or someone along the lines, or suggestions as to what we should serve different than champurrado and pan dulce.
Is it going to be, it's just going to be served, right? We're not selling it or anything.
We're not selling it, no, and that's one thing that the church really wanted to focus on, that feeling of giving. And
Yep.
So yes, they will be served. We had talked about, you know, do we offer hot chocolate as well or coffee? I don't know if we need hot chocolate, but coffee I think would be a nice alternative to champurrado. For those that don't want something sweet, coffee, you know, you can have it without the sugar. But what does the group think?
I think coffee is a great idea. I'm personally not a coffee drinker, but it's been chilly. And so 5 o'clock, the sun will be down. It'll be pretty chilly. So people will want something warm. I know the champurrado is warm, but if they don't want something sweet, like you said, coffee would be a great alternative. I have urns at school that I can bring. I'm happy to bring those. I'm sure St. Peter probably has large coffee urns too, if we want to use those for the coffee. Is St. Peter giving out the stockings?
No, so that's the next item we're going to talk about. St. Peter asked us if we could help them brainstorm a solution for how to give gifts away for the kids. They're estimating about 200 kids. And in talking with Miss Gay, she had a great idea. Gay, you want to talk a little bit about the stockings?
You know, I work for AT&T and normally our pioneer team, our retirees actually, what they do is they make stockings and they give them out to the communities. And I told Miss Irene that today I could go across to my team and see if they would donate 200 stockings for the kids. Which I don't at this point I don't know, but I'm pretty sure they'll give me some stockings. They're already decorated, they're handmade, they're beautiful. And then we could either put in there, I don't know, maybe socks, or I don't know. I thought of putting in there an ornament that they could decorate at home. And Irene had mentioned we had water balls or something. Irene, I forgot what you had mentioned earlier.
We do. So
go ahead.
For our summer program where we gave away backpacks, we received a donation of water bottles from the Swell water bottle company. And because of logistics, they arrived too late for the event. So we actually have 200 beautiful red water bottles for students. So we could give that away along with the stockings. I love the idea of stockings because no matter if it's an older kid, teenager, or a younger child, it's something that they could all get, maybe fill it with candy as well. But I like that a little more than gifts, also because it sets us apart from, everyone's doing gifts for kids during this time.
No, I agree with you. Is there any way to get like a Willard our logo printed on a sticker or something that we could put on the water bottle, or even just give to the kids? Because kids like to put stickers on their skateboards or on their computers or whatever. I don't know how much that would be, but that might be kind of fun too.
That
to put
would
inside the stocking.
That would be fun. And I definitely think a sticker could be cool. Miss Gay came up with the best slogan straight out of Willard. So we could do a sticker like that or something fun that the kids would like.
That would be fun.
Yeah, I just see those slogans. I'm trying to grab the attention of the youth, and straight out of Willard, I don't know. It makes me laugh every time I think about it.
No, I think it's cute. Why not?
Yeah.
They're probably gonna roll their eyes at us, but I still think it's cute.
I do think that we need to have a separate meeting with St. Lutheran, and kind of go over the logistics of what the expectation is and narrow down that, because that is around the corner. It's gonna fast approach. So
yes,
we can talk offline with that.
So the next items are things that the St. Peter is leading, but we will try to help them in how we can. So they're coming up with some ideas on how to have holiday music. For sure, there'll be like a recorded component, but possibly a local school, if they have like a mariachi group or a local choral group, maybe they could perform. I suggested that they have piñatas because with the Hispanic community, posadas is a really big occasion, especially for the Catholic community. And while the Lutheran Church is different, just having piñatas as part of the holiday activity could be fun. And then their big focus is to really have a live nativity scene. So they're recruiting some kids that will play the role of the whole scene from the manger. They're even looking at having live animals like a little petting zoo. And then finally, they're planning a candle lighting ceremony. So super excited about this. Even if you don't volunteer, please plan to join us. It should be a really nice event. Okay. Thank you all so much. So with that, we're going to go through just some very exciting news and events that are coming up in Santa Ana. And the very first one that I want to lead off with is one that I'm very passionate about and excited to share with you. So Santa Ana Active Streets is a group that I connected with during the pandemic. I think I may have shared that part during COVID, that's when I learned. I spent the most time at home and really became passionate about the community. And one of the reasons what got me interested into starting the neighborhood association, but we also did a lot of bike riding. And in doing that, I connected with this group, SAS. They do such great work in the community, more than just bicycling. They do a lot with pedestrian and transportation safety. So with that, I want to hand it over to Dorian, who's here to talk to us about an upcoming opportunity they have.
Cool. Yes, so we are funded by the city, and we have several activities throughout the year, and we offer this class 4 times a year. This will be the first time for us because our cycle starts in October. But this will be one of the first of 4, and it's 2 parts. So the first part, you are on Zoom. A few years back, the class would be a full day class in person, but because of COVID, the classes became 2 parts. So 1 part Zoom, 1 part in person. And during the Zoom class, you learn certain rules of the road as a cyclist. You see different visuals of hazards you could encounter. And then in the in-person class, you practice more how to start on your bicycle, get off on your bicycle. You learn how to scan while riding on the street. You learn how to signal. You may or may not know how to do these things already, but the point is to practice, review, and then do a small bike ride at the end of the class. And the cool thing is that you get a lot of free materials. You get a helmet, you get a good bike lock, a good set of bike lights, reflective gear, and different little knickknacks that we offer. So we still have 4 spots available. I'm going to put the link in the chat so you can register. And we do offer a few bicycles to lend out. Sometimes people don't have a bike, but they still want to learn. So we have some of those available. And there is one requirement, have fun. And you have to be 13 years and older. Unfortunately, our bikes are not fit for younger people. And we will in the future have a variety of bikes, but that's what we have available right now. Yeah, so that's all I have for that. I'll also add our website on the chat, but our flyer isn't ready yet. We will be having a community bike ride on December 9th. It's a Thursday, and I'm not sure if you have that up on the screen, Irene, but I can share it with you once it's finished. And these bike rides are not a race. They're family friendly. We tend to offer 2 routes, a shorter route and a longer route. We also give out free helmets and bike lights and reflective wristbands during those community bike rides. And for this specific one, it will be a holiday theme. It's our Ride of Lights. We deck out our bikes. People wear holiday spirit clothing and things like that. So you can look on our website for more updates on that.
That's super exciting. I know the holiday light ride is one of my favorite. Is there a starting point designated yet for that holiday ride?
Yeah, the bicycle tree. I know it's up the street from most of you.
Great. Fun. Thank you so much. This is super exciting.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Okay, great. Another organization I really wanted to bring to everyone's attention, and it's one that I think we don't take advantage of enough, and they're so close to us, is the Santa Ana Public Library. So for those that are not as familiar, right on the corner of Ross and Civic Center. But they've been doing just an amazing job of offering a wide variety of programs and services for not just kids, which a lot of libraries do, but even for adults, for completing, like a high school diploma and others. So I wanted to put these out there. The very first one on the left-hand side, they're doing a reading program. So if you read 5 books, you get a free In-N-Out burger certificate, which I thought was super fun. You have to register by November 13th and turn in your list of books by the 20th. So there's still time to participate in that. And then for the Thanksgiving season, they are handing out these really cool take and make craft kits. So you don't even have to do it at the library, but you go by, pick up a craft kit, and you can make a holiday craft at home. On November 17th, they have a self-help workshop with a renowned author. And so this is for anybody that's dealing with loss or grief. It's someone that can walk them through that. And this is a virtual program, which I thought was interesting and can be really helpful. And then finally, on the right-hand side, they have a new program that is about to launch. It's a online program that is free, and it's for folks to finish their high school diploma. And so the very first workshop where they're going to give you information is going to be November 20th. And this program starts in January. So I put that here, and it will be another great opportunity if you know of someone that's interested, or if you yourself would like to find out more information. Okay. And then finally, located right behind the library. So I put a map there on the left-hand side. There's the library actually on Civic Center in Ross. I didn't know this, I just found this out recently, but most Fridays, there's a group that gets together called Friday Night Munchies. They used to be, have their event on Bristol by Modern Day, but they moved it over to the Civic Center area, which I thought was fun. And it's an evening of music, food, and community. So they have all kinds of great vendors with food, handmade crafts. They usually have a DJ or other thing. For Halloween, they had a costume contest, and it's just a great evening out. It ties in nicely with the games that are happening at the stadium. People can walk over afterwards and enjoy an evening. So I really encourage you to check that out. Possibly even bike there from where we live rather than parking. But just wanted to share that with everyone. It looks like we have a question from Kevin.
No, it's not a question. It's just adding on to Friday Night Munchies. We participate in the night market, or Daniel, who's in charge of it, calls it a district. But yeah, we are a part of it. And yes, it is super fun. There's a lot of awesome local businesses and food vendors that come out every Friday. Like Irene said, we just moved to the, and it's really nice, and it's only growing. And Daniel, who's in charge of the event, is trying to make it even more like family friendly and like have like movie nights and whatnot. So if you haven't checked it out already, I definitely recommend you to come out one Friday night.
Does it go on all through the winter, or does it stop at a certain point? Just out of curiosity.
To my knowledge, it's going to go all through the winter. As of right now, we aren't vending just for this month, just to take a break. But last winter, Santa Ana was really hard on markets, and yeah, I believe they were really hard on markets and stuff. And Friday Night Munchies wasn't around during the winter. They had to like stop for a sec, and they just started up again in July. So I'm not sure what the plan is for the market as it starts to get cooler. But as of right now, it should be going on through December. I know for a fact that it's going to be going on through December.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that, Kevin. Great to hear. I didn't realize how close it was to us. So great to hear that. Let's see.
Yeah, I didn't know how close it was to you guys either. That's actually where I met Martha with the OC task force, and as soon as I came over to the Willard community. I was like, oh yeah, this is right around the corner. So
As you're talking, Kevin, there's a kid out my window behind me skateboarding. I love it. I can hear him.
what a coincidence.
Yep, they're in this neighborhood. Gay's right. We need a safe place for them to go.
Okay, great. Let's see, do we have any other? Oh, Ms. Gay, yes, you raised your hand.
Yeah, I raised my hand. Okay, so back to Friday night munchies. Okay, so you said it's behind the library. Are you saying in the community where the Japanese seating is, where the Japanese area is? Is that where it's at?
I believe so, yes. Right in the center, there's the big round water fountain, and it's all
Right.
along that, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know
it's right.
exactly where
It's
at.
right there. Yeah, it's right there in that little roundabout area in front of, or yeah, that's the back of the library. But yeah, it's in that roundabout area.
Yeah, it's adjacent to the courthouse. It's behind the courthouse too. Wow, that sounds great. Just so everybody knows, the Saints made it to the second round of CIF. So
Wow.
yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
they're playing in Compton on Friday night. Jeremy
Yes,
is
they're going to
Jeremy
Compton
will
on
be
Friday
there.
night. Yep. Great
In
game
Compton.
last Friday night. But I
Where
would
they come?
I'll definitely ride my bike there. It's something that we could do as a family. Didn't know it was there, so glad you're bringing it to my attention, and so I'll spread the word.
Awesome. Great. And then just a note on parking
I'm
is
sorry,
on,
just one other thing, Gay, I just want to make sure you know that Orange got knocked out in the first round. Hallelujah.
Aw. Aw.
No, it's okay.
vital news update. We're all football fans here, a lot of us in Willard, so. Okay, and then just a quick note on parking. Parking for this event is on the side of, the north side of Civic Center. So just not the parking lot that's adjacent to the library. Okay, I think that covers, one more quick update. Lots of great organizations are providing food distribution for those that need it in our community. So many to mention, everyone from Willard Intermediate, St. Peter has been doing it for a while with Bracken's Kitchen, and then OC Protest also does veggies. So I just wanted to include that here for folks, if you want to take a screenshot of some of these opportunities, or if you want to share that with anyone, please do so. There's some great folks doing some great service in our community. Okay, that covers the updates here. Oops, that should say the December meeting is slated for December 13th at 6:30. Thank you again so much, everyone, for joining us. Any questions or any last thoughts anyone would like to give updates?
Irene, do you have my contact information, or should I drop it in the chat?
I do, Kevin. Let's see here. Yeah, why don't you go ahead and drop it in the chat as well if anyone would like to reach out to you, but I have the countyprojectoc@gmail.com as your email.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And I will drop well.
Okay. And then I did want to plant the seed of an idea, and I'd love to start holding in-person meetings in January, and would love to get everyone's feedback on that. And the location, because I think we're going to start small, is possibly at Willard Park where the benches are. We don't need a lot of space. I imagine the most folks we're going to have is 15, 20 people, and that's more than enough space. So we can have a coffee and try an in-person meeting. So wanted to throw that out to everyone, see what they thought, and slating that for January.
That's fine. We just need, supposedly we're gonna get a lot of rain this winter. So we just need a backup plan in case there's rain. That's the only thing I want to put out there.
Good point.
I agree. If it's too cold, you know, it's the weather. That would be the determining factor. That's just my opinion.
That's true. That's true. Another thing we can look at, do we like Monday nights for this meeting? Some other community neighborhoods, they do Sunday afternoon, like 3 or 4 p.m. I don't know if we like that time better, or do we like Monday evenings?
I prefer Mondays. A lot of times Jeremy and I, we own a small business, and so sometimes we have stuff on Sundays, or obviously we have a lot of things on the weekends. So Mondays work better for me, but I can make it work if everyone else chooses Sunday. Alyssa, how does that
I
work?
prefer to have my weekends free. I have a full schedule with the kids and family. I would rather build my business during the week. If you want to change to a different day, I'm open to that. But I prefer to not have anything on the weekend.
Okay, let's keep our meetings Mondays then, and then we'll reevaluate if January is in person, whether it's an indoor or outdoor location. Okay, well, thank you, everyone. Super excited about all of the events coming up, the holiday, December 18th partnership with St. Peter, and I wish you all a wonderful Thanksgiving. And thank you all for your commitment and your time today.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Miss Irene. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye, thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Irene.
Thank you.